In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power! Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. And I'm John, and Giggles over there. That's Stugots. He's pointing at you, and then himself, and then back at you. Just so you know.
So you went from all He-Man to broadcaster voice. That was pretty funny.
Of course.
That was funny.
He-Man's not a broadcaster. What am I going to do?
That was pretty good.
Thank you, thank you. I'm really the only reason I do this show is to entertain you.
That's true.
So what other reason is there?
Fame, fortune, loose women.
Well, true. But, you know, those are just side benefits of entertaining you.
Yes, they are. They're the perks.
So this weekend, I finally got to catch up on my apes. I saw War for the Planet of the Apes.
I have not seen that one yet.
You still haven't seen that one?
No. And I was going to see it this weekend, but when we get to my hot pick, you'll see why I did not see it.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out why. It's probably the better term.
So you're saying we should just skip the hot picks now in the show? And
I say that every week. Let's just start this show with hot picks and go off on a high note, and that's the end of it.
Well, we definitely have a lot shorter show that way.
The 2-minute podcast.
We could, you know, I'm all for it. We could have the weekly 2-minute podcast. We'd be the only ones out there with, you know, that quick hit.
There is a podcast with Will Sasso called the 10-minute podcast. It's actually pretty funny. And the 10 minutes goes by pretty damn quick.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. It's him and somebody else. But we could beat them. We could do 5 shows in that time. I'm just saying.
Yes. We got a whole month's worth of shows in the time that it takes them to do one. Slackers.
I know, really. They're just underachievers. What are we going to do?
What are they talking about for a whole 10 minutes?
I don't know.
Nothing.
They're trying to be funny, I guess. But we just go in, we get the quick hit, we get out, we have the 2-minute podcast. We're done.
2-minute warning. That's what we'd call it.
There you go. It's our next podcast. 2-minute warning.
Yep.
It's the intro. We have like one sentence, and then it's the outro. Bam, we out.
Bam. That's it. Okay. From this idea.
I'm laughing so hard at this. I love this idea. You know, if we don't do it, I'm stealing it. It's really comes down to.
We got to do it. Yeah.
We have to do it. The 2-minute podcast. Well, since you haven't watched Apes yet, which I know you are a big fan of Apes.
I am a gigantic Apes fan. I will be seeing Apes movie maybe this week because Thor comes out, I think, next week or the week after.
November.
Oh, okay, November 3rd. So I have 3 weeks on that. I will be watching Apes this week.
Well, Apes, I mean, it's now available to watch at home. So
yes, that's how I'll be watching.
That's why we watched it. Were you a big Blade Runner fan?
No, I've never seen the original.
See, I love the original, so I had to go out yesterday and check out the new one.
So what did you think?
I liked it a lot.
Okay.
It kind of kept that future neo-noir feel while still kind of making its own thing. I mean, it's just so beautiful and stylish. Ryan Gosling is pretty amazing in it.
How's Batista in it?
Batista's good, but he's really a minor part.
Okay.
Like, it's a little more than a cameo at best.
Yeah.
But he basically sets up the whole movie. He's right at the beginning.
Yeah. And
then kind of shown in flashback quickly at the end. So, yeah, it's not much Batista in there. And I know he was like in all the advertisements and whatever.
And when I first saw him in one of the ads, I did a double take. I was like, "Oh, I because I followed Dave Bautista on Twitter, and I just really didn't notice him talking about the film until recently. I'd have to say the last 2 weeks, he is just going all out with promoting this film on Twitter, including telling people to go watch the original.
Well, the original's a classic. If you haven't seen it, you got to go out and see it. I mean, that's undoubtedly. I mean, it's Harrison Ford. It's
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer. Oh, he's so good in this. Sean Young, Daryl Hannah. Lots of actors you'd recognize, but you don't necessarily know their names. Like one who's escaping me right now, who was on Newhart. One of Daryl from Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
I don't know their names. I don't even know they did anything else besides that.
He did. He's done a bunch of stuff. The guy who played Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he plays the guy who creates the replicants in the first movie. Oh. So they're the artificial people that are made to be basically like slaves, and then want freedom and want to live longer than the couple of years that they're allotted. And since he was the one who kind of invented them.
Of the first one is when one of them says, "Johnny Five is alive."
It is a classic line from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best part of that first film.
It really is.
It jumps up at the end and he's like, "Wee!"
Yeah, but there's still no excuse for shoot, I'm gonna blank on the actor's name. Not Steve Guttenberg. No, I just said not Steve Guttenberg. The other one, Fisher Stevens. His atrocious Indian accent in that movie. Like, there's really no excuse for that character.
I'm Fisher Stevens. When he showed up on Friends, I was like, "Oh, he's just playing a straight up jerk now instead of the accents."
Yeah, so it's being a jerk without being the offensive stereotype character.
Like you couldn't go find an Indian actor. You had to do this stupid gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there were no Indians around back then.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, they could have just went to a casino. I'm sure there would have been one there.
Wrong kind of Indian.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quick bringing up his IMDb here. I'm trying to flip back to the 80s. He did.
That's the first thing I ever remember him in.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at it quick, he did like a CBS School Break special and some like stuff on soap operas. He was in The Flamingo Kid. But yeah, his first.
That is a great film, The Flamingo Kid. I do not remember him in it at all.
Yeah, I don't even remember the movie, to be honest.
Oh, Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon parks cars at the country club in town, and he learns to play gin rummy with the heavy hitters at the club, the wealthy people. And, at the end, he beats them. Takes them for all that cash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was a minor character because he's not on the first page of IMDb for the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, his first big one was pretty much Short Circuit. And then after that, Short Circuit 2.
Friends.
Short Circuit was, I lost it, 1986. Short Circuit 2 was 88. Yeah. Friends wasn't even until the 90s.
Yeah, so I don't remember seeing him anything for all those years.
Reversal of Fortune, that was a big movie.
That was, but I don't remember him in it. Like the cast was huge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's one I do remember him in. Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He played Iggy.
Yeah.
Like one of the Koopa guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean he was only in one episode of Friends.
He played Phoebe's boyfriend or date for that episode.
And the name of that episode? The one with the boobies.
Oh.
So of course you saw that one.
Of course I did. Of course. That might as well have just been the episode titled The One with Jon and Stugots.
But my favorite of his roles was Hackers, where he plays the bad guy. I love that movie.
I remember when he first came on the screen and it was like, oh, he's the bad guy. He's the idiot from Short Circuit.
Yeah, he's the plague. It's so bad. It's awesome. I love that movie.
Angelina Jolie. Oof.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's the first thing I remember seeing her in. So.
Yeah, I don't remember her in anything because the movie Gaia, wasn't that after that?
Gia, yeah, that was.
Yeah, Gia. That's what I meant.
That was after, because I mean it's based on the model actress.
Yeah.
And yeah, that came out after. She did like one or two before it. She did that. She did the Insane Asylum movie. Then I think she did Gia. Trying to think what else she's been in without trying to cheat. But I mean,
like at that time, I don't remember her in much.
Yeah, of course. I mean, since then, like she's blown up and it's whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, got the IMDb up. You know, she was in Cyborg 2. You know.
Oh.
What's this? Without Evidence, whatever that is, and then Hackers, and then a bunch of other stuff. Love Is All There Is, Foxfire. Gia was 1998. So
wow.
That was 3 years later.
98.
And that was made for HBO. So that wasn't even like
it wasn't even a feature film.
Feature film, yeah. Oh, Girl Interrupted was 99. Why did I think it was before Gia?
I thought you were talking about a different movie that I just couldn't remember.
No, I just couldn't think of the name of it.
Oh.
You know, Girl Interrupted. There was that one. Gone in 60 Seconds. Right after that. Lara Croft.
Yes.
Tomb Raider. 2001.
Speaking of Tomb Raider, they have a reboot coming out.
So, yeah. We're hitting the trailers then, because we have a few of them to discuss this week.
Okay.
Before Blade Runner, there was 3 trailers of note.
Yep.
Pacific Rim 2, which we talked about last week.
Yes.
Star Wars, which we talked about last week, but to see it on to see both of those on the big screen, it was just awesome to see, like, you know, larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the new Lara Croft movie.
It looks pretty good.
It really does. You know, it looks entertaining.
I don't know if it'll be a movie I go and see in the theater, but it does look pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, I played the game that it's based on. It was like 2 games ago when they rebooted the series.
Yeah.
She looks like the new version of Lara Croft.
I like the way she looks.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be entertaining. It's sort of a origin movie for Lara.
I dig it.
Yeah, you know, I'll see it probably on cable. I just don't see myself going to the theater for that one next year.
Yeah.
You know, and besides, will she be a better Lara than Angelina was?
I think so.
Tall order. Because I've rewatched those movies on cable within the last year, and they're pretty entertaining.
They are.
You know, so
I didn't mind them.
There were those kinds of movies that, it's on cable, I'll leave it on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actively seek out those movies, but
yeah, it's not like, hey, what are you in the mood to watch tonight? Oh, put on that Tomb Raider movie.
Well, it is a romantic movie if you're, you know, with your lady.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh, yeah. Turn the lights down, dim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get the wine out. Throw that Tomb Raider DVD in the player. Oh, yeah. Make the magic happen.
Oh, yeah. We're making the magic happen now.
Yeah.
I mean, what woman can resist that, really?
I know. Exactly.
You know, Lara in the tombs, battling the giant robots, and all the other stuff.
Fighting the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah. You know, we just have to turn off the show now. We got to go get our ladies, put on some Tomb Raider. That's all there is to it. Right in the middle of the show, you need to throw them out.
Well, I'm wrapping them up because I'll forget.
All right. So,
because apparently I didn't remember to do it from last week when I saw that they didn't work, and they sat here for the whole week.
So we got 2 more trailers to talk about for this week.
Yeah.
On Friday the 13th, we got The New Mutants.
Didn't see the trailer for that. I saw you talking about it on Twitter.
All right, so I'm a huge X-Men fan. I grew up reading X-Men. I grew up reading New Mutants. And the characters look pretty dead on. Like, they're the kids that were around the school while the X-Men were out battling the evil mutants and whatever. But in this movie, they're doing a horror movie. And I'm pretty all right with that. I think that's pretty cool that, like, they can take these characters and kind of spread out a bit. Like, it doesn't have to be a straight.
That's an interesting take on things, though.
Exactly. I know you're not a big horror guy, but, I like the idea that, like, you can take these characters and put them other places. Not everybody has to battle.
In other genres, yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be the typical comic book movie.
Exactly. Because, we're kind of swamped with those. In the next 3 months alone, we have...
Oh, man.
Well, just 3 months. We have Justice League.
Yeah.
We have Thor. And we have Black Panther.
Return of the Jedi.
Well, that's not a superhero.
I know, but it's the same thing. It's like it's that genre.
Yeah, it's that genre of adventure kind of movie. All right, so if we even toss Star Wars in, these are 4 like just huge movies,
gigantic films that are gonna just make a ton of money,
and we're going to see them all, possibly multiple times.
Yes.
So, Star Wars tickets went on sale last week. Did you buy tickets? I think we discussed it last week.
No, I will walk up to the box office, buy my tickets, and walk in, and I'll be the only person in the theater watching the movie.
How are you going to pull that one off?
When you live like in a rural area, people do not go to the movies on a weeknight at like a 10 o'clock show.
Fair enough.
The other night we were at the movies, I want to say it was Saturday night. We went to a 10:30 showing of a film, and we were 4 of the 6 people in the theater.
Which film was this?
Oh, you got to wait till my hot pick.
Oh, this is just this whole show is just one big tease for your hot pick. I see how this works.
Yes, I'm teasing. This is what gets people to listen. It's a hook. So, to a theater anymore where it's packed and I have to wait. When the what was the last Star Wars movies that came out?
Rogue One?
No, the other one before that.
Oh, Episode 7.
Yeah. When that came out, I waited. I bought my ticket on Fandango app, and it gave you instructions of, hey, this is a 10 o'clock film. Be there at, I think it was like 8:45 or something to line up. And I waited there in the line like I was supposed to. And when it came time for seating for my showing, I was one of 5 people.
Wow.
And I was kind of annoyed because it's like, what did I just come to an hour and a half early for no reason? I understand if it was the 6 o'clock showing, then yes, get there early. But 10 o'clock on a Thursday night, there's no one at the movie theater here.
That's crazy. So which night do you think you're going to go see the movie then?
I will probably go Thursday. I will go that opening night, more than likely. Like, I planned for Thor of going. I will see Thor that night. It opens Thursday, a late night show, and I will go, and I'm sure at the most it will be 10 people.
That's crazy. So,
and if there is, I won't go. I'll wait until, I work weekends now, so I'd go like Monday night or Tuesday night, and I won't have a problem.
Yeah, so like Monday night's probably all right, even here. But like,
yeah,
I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure like here sold out Thursday, Friday,
sure.
Saturday. I live right outside New York City, so it's crazy.
And it's funny, every day I look up my time hop, and anytime that it comes up for where I was going to buy a new iPhone, I've seen my tweets of, you people are waiting in lines for an iPhone. I walked in and out of the store in 10 minutes. And it's like, that's just the way it is here. It's a small town. People don't go crazy for that stuff, for like a movie or anything. Like if I was in Tampa proper, then I'm sure that would be different. But out here in the burbs, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I don't remember how long it took me to buy my last iPhone. It literally took me a month or 2 just to find one.
Yeah.
You don't need to see my notice.
Which one's that?
This is the 7 Plus.
Okay. I have the 6 Plus, and I remember there were lines and lines for it. I walked in and out, and I got a discount on it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to get the X, the 10, whatever you want to call it, iPhone 10. But I mean, I'm also a developer, so for me, it's also
you got to stay on top of the tech stuff. I get
exactly.
it.
So I mean, for me, it's even like a tax write-off to keep up with the phones.
Yeah. Then why did they skip 9? They went from 8 to 10.
Because it's the 10th anniversary.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
That's really.
You're supposed to say because 7, 8.
Oh, sorry. We'll rewind this. We'll edit it out.
Yeah, we'll edit the joke. Yeah.
Because 7, 8, 9. There you go.
Yes.
Oh God, it's like dealing with children. Literally. Sometimes. So we mentioned it, but this morning, did you see the Black Panther trailer?
I saw it on the big screen, and I was really excited for it.
Oh, it looked so good. Yeah,
it does.
It's just so big and colorful, and it's everything that I wanted to see in a Black Panther movie.
Yes. Yep. I love how it pretty much picks up right after Civil War. There looks like there's some ramifications from Civil War in it, which I like. I like when stuff trickles down and crosses over. It looks really well done to me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if any of the other heroes mix in.
Yeah.
Or if it's just going to be straight Black Panther and his cast, basically.
I haven't heard anything about other heroes popping up in it.
Yeah, except for the one villain who's crossing over from Age of Ultron.
Which makes sense, because he's a Black Panther villain.
Well, yeah, and his job basically in Ultron was to announce we have vibranium.
Yeah.
And then get beat up and lose an arm.
Lose an arm, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, in the trailer, though, he has a new arm.
Yeah.
He's got a robo arm. So, but yeah, it's cool. It's great to see like Black Panther on the screen and Shuri and that whole cast. I mean, I've been reading the comic. I really dig it. And a lot of that is kind of crossing over to the big screen. Plus, you got Martin Freeman also carrying over from his Marvel stint in one of the previous movies.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, because he was, I guess it was Ultron also. He was the government agent dude.
He was in Civil War.
Oh, it was Civil War. Okay, it was Civil War. I don't know. The problem is all these movies just start to blur together a little bit.
They do, because they like you were saying before, they come out like around the same time, and they tend to, obviously they're all going to cross over, but when they come out close to each other, it's hard to remember what happened in which film.
Yeah, I mean, and we're up to 3 movies a year. I mean, we're getting another 3 movies next year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be even the same next year. Plus, all the Spider-Man spin-off movies are coming. We're going to have more X-Men movies. Because next year, we have New Mutants, we have Deadpool 2, and we have the next X-Men movie.
I'm curious how that X-Men movie goes.
Me too. It's supposed to be Dark Phoenix, redone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping it doesn't suck as bad as X-Men 3.
I know.
I love seeing those characters on the screen, but
they got to be done well, or else it doesn't matter.
I mean, Kevin Smith goes off and is like, "There's no such thing as a bad comic book movie." I'll disagree with him on that.
I'll disagree. Yeah.
It's great to see them on screen, and that we're kind of in this big treasure trove of like.
He made the film Geely. He needs to shut up.
He made Jersey Girl. He didn't do Geely.
Yeah.
He did Yoga Hosers. Yeah, his current movies are interesting. Interesting to say the least. But yeah.
The very least.
Yeah, and then he's doing episodes of Flash and Supergirl and all that. So,
he's flashing Supergirl.
And Paper Doll Gun Mall wants to remind me that he also did Tusk.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it.
Hi, Mal. We miss you.
Yeah. All right, so what's your favorite Kevin Smith movie?
I don't have one. I hate him.
Really? There's none that you like?
No.
Interesting.
Oh, no. I take that back. Chasing Amy.
See, that's my favorite as well.
Yes. Other than that, and I mean, obviously, it had a great cast, but there's that one scene where the black comic book dude is talking about Star Wars, and then he takes out a gun and shoots somebody at a Comic-Con. That was just an awesome scene.
I love that. My favorite is just her line after that. It's like, can't you wait till after I get to talk?
Hey, what's a Nubian?
Yeah. Yes, I still laugh whenever I see that scene. But I got to say, I'm still a fan of his early stuff. Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma. Red State was actually pretty entertaining. It was interesting. Jersey Girl was all right. It kind of got killed by Gigli. That's the biggest problem with it.
Yeah.
You have the same two lead actors in like the biggest bomb of the year.
Yeah.
And then he has to basically reveal the twist to say to people, no, this is completely different.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the other. It just worked out this way.
He basically kills J-Lo in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was about Ben and J-Lo. And it's actually about Ben and Liv Tyler.
Yeah, well, it's because they were a couple then, so it was kind of hard to shy away.
Yeah, exactly.
From them.
Yep, and then he broke up with her because he met what's her name?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner doing Daredevil.
Daredevil, a bad comic book film.
Yeah. Well, parts of it.
You brought it full circle.
It was actually on cable not too long ago. Parts of it are right.
Yeah,
but overall, not a good movie. Jon
Favreau was spectacular in that film.
Oh yes, as what's his name? Foggy. Why am I saying Fozzy? Foggy.
Fozzy is Chris Jericho's band.
It is, and they're on tour now, so you should go check them out.
Yes, they were just in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, the other day. I had a couple of friends who went to see him.
I saw the pictures.
Yep,
it is mutual friends.
It was pretty cool that she went and got to meet everyone.
Yeah, it is cool. So that was kind of neat. All right, one last thing we got to mention because this movie is probably never coming out, but Channing Tatum has a release date for Gambit.
Ugh.
February 2019. No script, no director.
Ugh.
Channing Tatum.
This movie's been talked about. Again, this is on my time hop because I was so pissed about it 2.5 or 3 years ago when it was first announced. And I was so pissed. I remember posting about it on Twitter about how this is dumb casting. And it still hasn't been made. And I was actually relieved when the post came up. I want to say 2 or 3 days ago. And I was like, oh, they never made this film good.
Yeah, I know. I fear for that movie. Because then again, I saw the Gambit in Wolverine Origins. And another piece of shit, by the way.
Yeah, but I thought that guy who played Gambit was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like the comic book character.
He looked like it. He had the accent and he had the moves down. I thought he would have been good in a full film. Yeah,
and they really haven't done him in the X-Men films.
No.
Then again, they don't really acknowledge that Wolverine movie anymore either.
No.
Yeah, the best thing about that last X-Men movie, we reset time, so we can just ignore anything we want to now.
Yeah, that we wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, by sending Wolverine back in time.
Days of Future Past was excellent.
It was, but the problem is that they followed it up with Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's the problem. First Class, I thought was very good. I loved it. But yeah, they followed it up with Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah. That movie's... And the problem is it came out a week after Civil War. So it's just well, of course it's going to get compared. That's the worst part.
Yeah, I should have pushed it back a few months.
Yeah, I saw Civil War in the theater. It was packed. I went a week later to see, X-Men. There were 3 people in the theater.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Man, I've seen every one of the X-Men films in the theater multiple times. And that hasn't happened since I was a kid. But it was Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, all of them I've seen in the theater multiple times. I couldn't help myself but to see it again.
Well, I have a feeling Thor is going to be one of those to see multiple times.
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
yeah. I have a feeling that Jen and I will see it Thursday night when it opens, and then we will see it again the following week with the kids.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen to me because it looks like there's going to be a screening that I might for like a Marvel screening, and because I'm the Marvel Unlimited Plus member, I might get an invite. If I do, I'm going. And then,
definitely.
And then I got to take the nephews, so like a week that weekend or a week later. So I'll definitely be seeing it at least twice. But the reviews are coming in and they're saying it's really good. So.
Oh man, it's gonna be so good to see.
Oh, finally a good Thor movie. We need that.
Yeah. The first one wasn't bad.
First one's not bad. The second one's unwatchable.
Second one was like, what the hell? It had a few good moments, and then it was like followed by many bad moments.
Yeah, I guess the opening isn't bad. Like the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like I like Christopher Eccleston, but his character sucks.
Yeah.
The Dark Elf. It was just so hard to watch. So hard to watch. So, did you hear about this one? Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, they are going to have giant robots battling. For real. And they're going to be streaming it live on the internets to watch.
What?
The USA versus Japan.
Oh, man. Japanese robots are going to get some freedom brought to them.
I know. I grew up watching like all those giant robot movies and whatever. Yeah, I had all the toys. So for me, it's awesome. But it's not going to be like Gundam or anything like that, unfortunately.
So is the president going to be watching?
I don't know. Do you have a hotline so you can ask him?
These robots, they're hugely robots. These robots are the biggest robots we've ever seen. And they're white. That's how you know they're good robots.
What color is the Japanese robot going to be then?
Yellow, of course.
Yeah.
If you follow his logic on things. That's not my logic. It's an imitation.
Oh, okay.
That's not my view. I'm just joking.
All right. Well,
robots are usually robots. Usually.
Bigly robots as well.
Yes, bigly. They're bigly. They're bigly.
So I'm so excited, but I know it's not going to be like the cool fighting robots that like we watched on TV.
It's not going to be like Mecha Godzilla.
How cool would that be, though?
It's not going to be a Dragon Zord.
What about Voltron? Will we have Voltron?
Oh, man, I would love a real-life Voltron. I would love a lion. I'd love that. That'd be cool. But even G-Force. How cool would that be?
I love G-Force as well. But they didn't have a giant robot.
I know, but it was still really cool the way they had all their vehicles and they tied into the other vehicle.
Yeah, they went into the big ship and then they came the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix. Yes. All right, yeah. That would be awesome.
I'd love to see a well-done G-Force movie.
So, see, I like the edit. I grew up on the edit, the Battle of the Planets edit with 7 on 7.
Yeah. Yes.
Slightly different, but yeah.
Yep.
Because they took out a little of the violence and
a lot of the violence,
and used 7's Dark 7 to just explain things away.
Yeah, like you Americans don't understand what's happening here. We're gonna put in a robot that you guys can identify with to explain to you what's happening.
Exactly. We don't need to show violence to children.
No.
We have a few years until G.I. Joe and He-Man and all that comes around.
We don't have to show people real violence. We have the Roadrunner.
Meep. Yeah. We all grew up on those Warner Brother cartoons, and we understand now why children imitate what they see on TV.
Yes, I buy stuff from Acme every couple days.
Yeah, I get the subscription boxes to make sure that I don't miss a single thing.
Yes, they're great. The Acme crate is really good.
So, Who's your money on? The American or the Japanese robot tomorrow night?
Oh, the Japanese robot. They're gonna embarrass us.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've had practice. They had that giant Gundam right on the shore there.
Oh, Robotech. That was the other one
Oh,
I was trying to
yes.
think of.
With the transforming planes that became robots. Yes.
Yeah, it went from jet mode to like a Guardian mode, which was like a hybrid, to full robot mode.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the third season of that, they had these awesome motorcycles that went into a battle armor mode.
Yes, I remember that.
And those were awesome.
Those were awesome. Yeah, I always wanted one of those as well.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
There was that last episode of the first season with Rick Hunter when he lands his Guardian on the bridge of the aircraft carrier that they had in the sky, and he just stands there and just starts shooting everything. It was like, as a kid, I was like, oh, what the hell did I just see? It was so cool.
All right, so you're taking the Japanese who have Johnny Sacco and his boy robot or whatever it is.
Sacco, yes, because of Mr. Sacco, the Mick Foley submission hold where you take Sacco out and do the mandible claw with it. It's not taking him in. It hurts.
Well, no, as long as he's not doing the testicular claw. That's the one that really hurts.
Yeah, that's the bad one.
Well, all right. Then we're going to see what happens. We're going to see who wins. And I don't know. Maybe we got to bet on it or something. We'll figure that out. But
all right.
I will be watching. I think it's on Twitch. Whatever. We'll look it up. We'll find it. We will talk about it next week to see how badass or how just bad it is.
I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome, I hope. And then we shall battle for the hot picks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you've been teasing it for the last half hour. Stugots, what is your hot pick?
Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Ooh.
I got to see that the other night, and I enjoyed it. It was more outrageous comic book movie fun. Definitely over the top, just like the first film and the comic book. So I enjoyed it. I think if you enjoyed the first one, you will definitely enjoy the second one. And I went with 3 people who never saw the first one and didn't even know that it was a comic book, and they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really wanted to see it, and I just haven't had time.
Don't bring children, because there's one scene where they are having a little foreplay. Iggy has to get a tracking device on a woman, and it is activated by mucous membranes. So yes, much to my surprise, there was a very pretty graphic scene for younger eyes.
Well, the movie is rated R, so
I know, but I just figured in the first one, I don't remember there being anything like that. I just remember a lot of cursing more than anything else, and action.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cursing, a lot of action. Talk about sex, but no actual.
Yes, and that's fine because with kids, you're just like, they're just talking about it. It's no big deal. So
yeah, because if you save the world, you can put it in my bum.
Yeah, and she says bum, and it's like, well, we don't say that here in the States, so. Right, in my brain, the way my brain, took it all, like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's just going to be some cursing. They hear me curse all the time. It's okay.
So you took the kids, huh?
Yeah. Huh. and any second, I'm like, oh, they're going to cut this. Oh, they're going to cut away. They're going to cut away. Oh my God, they didn't cut away. Oh, and then I got the elbow. Like, what the hell?
Blindfolds, earmuffs.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was rated R, like I said, but I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Well, it's a definite children's movie. Bring the whole family for wholesome
family. Yeah, bring the
fun.
family. It's a great time. Bring grandma. She'll love it.
All right. And my hot pick this week, would be Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Wait, what is that?
Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
What is this?
So it is based on the books by Douglas Adams, he who also wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And it is about a detective who kind of solves crimes or cases by figuring out the interconnectedness of things and accidentally solving them. So the second season just started on BBC America. And so obviously lots of weird stuff happens. And I have no clue what's going on, which is kind of par for course because the first season did that too. It introduced the characters. It introduced the weirdness. And then last season was 8 episodes. And over the course of the 8 episodes, the weirdness increased. And then in the last couple episodes, everything kind of comes together in an interconnected way and kind of really dovetails in and really makes sense. And it's a very engaging story that way. So now we're re-meeting the characters. Some of them are in prison, some of them are lost, and some new characters. And we've been introduced to them. We have no clue what's going on. And it makes for an interesting story. One of my favorite... Yeah, so one of my favorite things from the book is Dirk doesn't know where he's going. So he does Zen driving. He just kind of finds a car that looks like it knows where it's going and follows it. And it's kind of become a belief of mine over the course of time since I've read that book.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, so it's just interesting weirdness like that leads to him solving his cases. So, and he has his sidekicks. In this case, it's Elijah Wood plays his sidekick in the TV show. So, highly recommended. Very entertaining. First season is only 8 episodes. Second one just started.
I like it.
So yeah, so check it out. And that brings us to the end of another Geekodrome. I know, but there are giant robots to battle. So we have to go save the universe. Again. So while we're doing that, if you want to find more Geekodrome, check us out at geekodrome.co. We're on iTunes, so feel free to subscribe, rate us 5 stars, give us a big thumbs up.
If you rate us 5 stars, you get a gift.
So we're going to start doing some gifting stuff. My camera died out, so you can't see me live on the YouTube at the moment. But in my hand is a Toys R Us Bruce Banner Funko Pop.
Ooh.
He's standing here with his arms crossed, looking at you in the camera, which you can't see it. And we're going to be giving this away this week. Oh. So I would say watch our Twitter.
I might have to give a safe rating or something to win this.
I know. Well, I think this one will go out on the Twitters. We'll have another one for somebody who rates us.
All right.
We'll have there's a few more that I may have picked up recently that we'll share with the listening audience in the near future.
Awesome.
But that Twitter, that's at Geekodrome Pod. We're on Facebook.
We will follow you back if you follow us.
All right. We're on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast. I'm John. I'm on the Twitter at JustJohn. Stugots is at the Don Stugots. Just at Don Stugots.
Yep.
As I have a habit of calling you, of adding the to things. I don't really want them to not find you. But on Monday nights, usually, he also hosts the Eat Up Show.
The Eat Up Show, which for this week, we're doing it on Tuesday night because today I did an episode of Kitchen Hacks where I had to make pizza dough for a recipe that I will be making tomorrow night on Eat Up. And I couldn't do the dough on Sunday because I was working. So I had to just switch it up a bit.
Can't wait to see it tomorrow night on the Facebook.
You got to see what I'm making with this dough, baby.
All right. And on that note, until next week, it's been too sweet.